Hello, 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 Johnson. How is everybody? I'm sure you've been following this silly business going on in Washington about Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama, acting acting stupid around our military. As it according to the act, he is according to the rules of the Senate. Putting a block on all military over 600 military promotions, like to generalships, flag officers, to complain about the to complain about the Pentagon's new policy, very sensible policy around female personnel having to go to another state to have an abortion. The Pentagon's plan is to reimburse these women to go to another state where abortion is perfectly legal, had or any other reproductive health issue taken care of. Doesn't have to be abortion. It could be like in vitro fertilization, something like that. Then come back to their base in the state that does not allow abortions. And for that silly reason, just to impose his MAGA beliefs on others, he is jeopardizing the readiness of the military. Why for the first time in over 160 years, the Marine Corps doesn't have a commandant. And who's going to give commands to young men and women who are in harm's way, engaged in combat? Another thing about Tuberville, he is denying the reality. He has been denying the reality of white supremacists, white nationalists in the ranks, and that is a danger. That's a serious danger. As reported by the Southern Poverty Law Center, these white supremacists enter the military, get training in arms and munitions, etc. Then when they get discharged, they apply what they've learned to terrorist activities against their favorite minorities they hate. But Tuberville has been opposed to trying to weed them out. He once said to an interviewer on CNN, You call white supremacists, I call them Americans. Of course, he's been backtracking a little bit. And that one individual is personally screwing up our military. And another source of screwing up is the Republicans in the House of Representatives. They have passed a new National Defense Authorization Bill to provide funding for the military, but it's demanding the elimination of transgender health care for transgender personnel, and the elimination of DEI programs, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion, or as in MAGA speak, woke. Actually talking about the reality that people of color and LGBTQ people actually exist in the military. They will have to work with them. But as if denying their existence is going to make them go away, which it won't. Of course, it could be the bill is going to the Senate. It could be adjusted more sensibly. And I'm old enough to remember, never mind how old, I'm old enough to remember when the military was the strong defense party, the give the military everything they want party, the tough on crime party. Not no more. Now they're perfectly willing, in their short-sightedness and ignorance, to undermine our military readiness, our capacity to react to global emergencies. All because what? All because they want to harass and bully and terrorize certain demographics they don't like. And it is another reason, oh, on another thing. Like I mentioned, the Republicans were once were the strong on national defense party. I'm old enough to remember when the Republicans were the tough on crime, don't call it criminals party. And all during the 2020 riots around and other demonstrations around uh, the murder by police officers of young men of color, young people of color. They were all about Blue Lives Matter. The Republicans were all about Blue Lives Matter and Back to Blue, and the FBI was their favorite federal agency. Now they're screaming they want to defund the FBI, defund the DOJ, defund ATF, because they're prosecuting the traitor in chief, Donald, what's his face, down in Mar-a-Lago. They're upset because they don't, with the federal government, because they don't control the federal government. Just as they don't worry about federal deficits when they're in power, but when they're on the outside, they howl and scream about Democrats, tax to spend, liberals, and all that. We are not dealing with a rational political movement, kids. We are up against a party that's perfectly willing to reach into the nether regions of politics, neo-Nazis and white supremacists and religious bigots, in order to get one vote here, one vote there, along with scrounging for donations and other freebies from billionaire donors. I'm thinking Harlan Crow, the sugar daddy of Clarence Thomas, and Paul Singer, who's the billionaire fishing buddy of Samuel Alito. That's what we're up against. It's time we stop playing nice with them. You stand up to them. You can't reason with a bully. You stand up to them. And they back down like the little punks they are. So that's our mission, and we must decide to accept it, boys and girls. To get ourselves organized in our neighborhoods, in our work sites. Oh, that reminds me, I praise the Teamsters in their struggle against UPS. Their work sites, wherever. To organize, educate yourselves, and get ready to vote. I'm going to keep harping on it forever. Know your enemy, your real enemy, and get out there and vote. Okay, I'm all talked out now. And now advertisements. My novel, Soldier of the Cross, is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who as a young man in the early 1960s is a drunk and a horde chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. A chaplain visits him at a stockade and he becomes a fanatical, zealous, born again Christian, trying to be a manly man for Jesus. But it doesn't work out in his favor. Please look it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Flour and gummies and candies and drinks and teas and hand sanitizer and lip balm and dog treats. Yep, dog treats. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. And also, my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. Let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other up-and-coming professionals and small entrepreneurs. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. Okay. I hope you're as ready to rumble as I am. Let's be careful in this heat. Drink lots of liquids. And keep your salt to a reasonable level. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble for the people. Thanks. Bye.